Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And what about you?
I'm all right. Thank you for your kind concern. So, how's your day going on so far?
Yeah, it's going good. And Sunny, we are meeting first time. So would you introduce yourself?
Of course, of course. First of all, thank you so much for asking about my introduction. My name is Sunny. I'm from Bihar, especially from Siwan district, and it is the native place of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. He was the first president of India. And apart from everything, if I talk about my qualification, recently I have completed my class 12. Now I'm graduation first year student. And moreover, everything, if I talk about my hobbies, I'm fond of play cricket. I have autopilot and green thumb. It's all about me. So now it's your turn. I would like to know about yourself,
Yeah,
something a bit.
yeah, definitely. So my name is Varsha and I hail from the snowy and scenic beauty of Himachal Pradesh, but currently reside in Punjab with my family. And as a language enthusiast, I have started my YouTube channel based on English conversation. Yeah, that's all about me. So, Sunny, I have started a series for those who are just thinking about learning English, but they are not able to take first step towards their learning. So, my question is that, when did you think about learning English, and how did you start your journey?
Okay. You are talking about my journey and you are just running a
Yeah,
series in which you are providing, you are imparting the knowledge. How can a beginner who are just thinking, who are just looking forward to learn English speaking, how they can learn, right? Okay. If I
yes,
talk about
yes,
myself, my journey, first of all, it goes back to 2 years ago. It goes back 2 years. Uh, 2 years back when I started thinking about English. First of all, I come from rural area. Here, it's a village, and here I can say that even 1% people doesn't know how to speak English. Even out of hundred, even one people is not able to speak very better English. So this is the condition in my village regarding English. So if I talk about myself, how did I improve? So first of all, 2 year back, I used to watch so many contents on YouTube contents. I was not thinking about to speak speak in once. When I started watching content for very first time, then I used to watch very simple conversation, very simple things. And thereupon, when I got to know about some of the sentences, some of the words, then I thought that I should speak. I need to start speaking. And when I started speaking, first of all, I got to know about the application from a video. I because I know I was used to watching so many contents regarding English. How can I be fluent in English? How can I start my journey? And that time, first of all, I got to know about the application from a video because I was watching so many contents. So when I started conversation, I installed that application. And when I started the conversation, so first time I got connected with a co-learner, and co-learner asked about my introduction. I introduced myself in a breaking words because I was speaking for the very first time. And after that, I asked about his introduction, and he introduced himself very well. Thereupon, he asked about my goal. I did not have my goal clear, so I just disconnected the call because I was feeling shy, and I was just, I can say that I was scared. I was scared of speaking. So and again I tried to connect with somebody else, and same thing happened with me. So because it was happening just because of I had lack of knowledge. I did not have knowledge
yeah,
too much, so that's I did such kind of thing. And thereupon I sit I sit alone. I sat alone, and I just thought, like, what's the thing which I need to do focus first, and why am I not able to speak even a single sentences? Then I got to know that I have lack of knowledge, I have lack of vocabularies, grammar parts, and everything, and so on. So then I started focusing on grammatical parts of the daily life sentences. I used to write and remember, and after remembering, I used to try to speak it. I used to try to speak it out from my mouth so that I can get to know about that particular specific vocabulary or sentence. So that's how I started. And after learning some of the 200, 300 daily life sentences, vocabularies, I used to, like, I started speaking. And then when I started speaking after learning plenty of things, then I was able to speak 4 minutes, 5 minutes, continuously. So it happened with me. And I used to speak 4 minutes, 5 minutes every day. And thereupon because I have been doing practice for a very long time. uh, so it's a journey. I can say that I am doing practice every day. So gradually, I have, I can say that I have acquired so much vocabulary, even sentences. So You can see as for proof, I'm speaking in front of you. And 2 years ago, I was not able to speak even a single sentence. So it's all about my journey.
Yeah, that's amazing. As you told me about your journey, it's really
Right.
it's superb. So as you told me about vocabulary, so tell me something about vocabulary because it plays a vital role while we are speaking in English. Because if you have full of buckets of your vocabulary, so you will be able to speak. At least you will be not fumble in between. So how do you learn vocabulary and how do you use that vocabulary in your communication skills?
Okay. You are talking about in my daily life, how am I improving my vocabularies? What power? Okay. Right. Nowadays, I have started a different way of learning vocabularies. First of all, I whenever I go outside, whenever I move outside the home, whenever I go on road, in any city, then everything, whatever I see, like on road, or beside the road, and wherever I go, whenever I see anything, I try to find the particular word, the particular thing, word meaning or vocabulary about that particular word. So that's how I have mobile phone. I always search and I always get to know immediately on this code. I get to know about that, those vocabularies. And not I just know I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't mug up these all. I just try to speak it out and I just try to implement it in my daily life. That's how it's inculcated in my mind very well. So it's all about my learning vocabulary learning process.
Yeah, that's great because if you will learn so much vocabulary and you will not use that vocabulary in your communication skills, so you will be not able to recall whenever you have need for that vocabulary. So that's great.
Right.
And another thing is that like pronunciation. Pronunciation is also plays a vital role because earlier it was not like that, but nowadays pronunciation is must. You should speak
Right.
in a proper manner. So what do you think about pronunciation and how do you practice?
So, pronunciation, ma'am, my pronunciation was very weak, I would say. When I started my journey, but gradually now I have reduced my wrong pronunciation. To some extent I have reduced. To some extent I have overcome my wrong pronunciation. But yeah, definitely I will have to do so much hard work in my pronunciation because it's a OCN, it's a language, and I am
Yeah.
not aware with every word. So yeah, the new word, when I will get a new word, definitely I will have to focus on that word and will try to search the right exact pronunciation of that word. So it's all about the pronunciation. Okay, what about you?
Yeah.
How do you able it? It's my question to you.
Yes. Sorry, tell me again.
What do which method you apply in your daily life to inculcate some vocabularies in your mind?
Yeah, vocabulary for me that whenever I listen any word and then I use it in my language. Okay, if I have a word that's stubborn, so I have learned that word how that okay I like speak like this. मेरा बेटा stubborn है, पड़ोसी का बेटा stubborn है, like this. And about structures, how can I use that structures? Like to be very honest, तो मुझे ये चीज अच्छी नहीं लगी and I must say आज का दिन बहुत अच्छा था. So in this way I just try to speak in my native language and then I'll be able to speak. And sometimes I use that vocabulary in around make a story around it that word. So now my son is in 6th grade and he's in ICSE board and convent school, and the vocabulary is like I can say that there is a lot of vocabulary that he has to learn. And I am also learning with him that there is only one word and synonyms of that word. And the best way is we have vocabulary. Okay, so we have if we want to improve our vocabulary, so we can learn synonyms. At least 2-3 synonyms we can learn, and in this way we can enhance our vocabulary as well.
We have so much vocabularies, different vocabularies in our mind, but when it comes to use it while doing conversation, then that time it doesn't come in our mind on that spot. So I know what we have to do. We just have to concentrate while speaking. Whenever we are just speaking, we are just talking, we need to we just needs to try to implement some other vocabulary instead of using normal vocabularies in our conversation. That's how I can say that we can be better in our vocabularies. Otherwise,
Yeah, we have to
when we are
deliberately. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have to deliberately use that vocabulary in our communication skills, because sometimes
yeah,
it is happening that there is no need to use that vocabulary, but deliberately we are using that vocabulary because today I have learned that word and I have to use that word that I want to learn. So in this way we can enhance our vocabulary as well.
yeah. Not only once, once, twice, thrice. It's depend on you. If you can use it 100 times, then try to use it 100 times in a day.
Yes,
The
true.
more you use, the more you will fix it in your mind. So I think it's the process of
Definitely.
learning vocabulary. And but the problem is with me. The problem is that whenever I speak, whenever I do conversation with somebody, with anybody, then that time I have learned a lot of vocabularies. There are so many vocabularies in my consist in my mind, but when it comes to use it while doing conversation, I instead of using that specific vocabularies which is I remembered in the past, I am what I'm doing. I'm just using very simple vocabulary which is I have been doing for a very long time when I started like
Yeah.
since I started English learning. So it's all about nowadays it's a
You know,
problem for me.
so in
So
this way we can do one thing that I do personally, this thing that okay, I have a word think, and then I want to remove that word in my dictionary. I want to learn new word for instead of that vocabulary. So ponder. So simply I just, when I sit with my son or my daughter, so I just, I'm pondering. So they also, okay mama, what is pondering? Pondering means thinking. I'm thinking. So small words we can learn like this, and entire day I'm speaking with them like okay, I'm and another word is that poster. Few words are, they are very simple, but we are not able to use that vocabulary. But whenever we are using that vocabulary in our daily routine, so we will be able to learn and use that vocabulary. So yeah,
right,
Sunny,
right.
nice to talk to you. I am just stopping recording and then